But we begin with President Trump suggesting 6 Democratic lawmakers are guilty of, quote, seditious behavior punishable by death. We have CBS News team coverage on this. Willie James Inman is at the White House. Nicole Killion is on Capitol Hill. Willie, let's start with you. What are we hearing from the White House about this post?
Well, this was certainly a moment that rattled Washington earlier today. The president posting several times after this video was posted and reported on with these Democratic members who were either intelligence officers or served in the military, essentially laid out their concerns about military officials and stressing that those military officials are government officials, if they're an intelligence official, for example, don't have to follow orders that are unlawful. Now, the White House is responding. You had the president responding, saying that this is seditious behavior punishable by death, also calling them traitors and for them to lock them up and having a question mark there on his social media statement. But the press secretary had this to say earlier today as well. Listen.
The president and the vice president, for that matter, have accused the other side of encouraging political violence. Isn't that exactly what the president is doing when he says that members of Congress should be killed?
Why aren't you talking about what these members of Congress are doing to encourage and incite violence? They are literally saying to 1.3 million active duty service members not to defy the chain of command, not to follow lawful orders.
Actually,
every single
you can refuse an illegal order, which
but
is
they're suggesting, Nancy, that the president has given illegal orders, which he has not.
And Levitt also added, when she was asked if the president was calling for the execution of these members of Congress, she said no. So it's important to point that out. But still, nonetheless, the president sharing multiple messages from other individuals on Truth Social, calling about for violence against some of these members of Congress. And then the president himself having these messages to say seditious behavior and punishable by death. Of course, there has been a range of responses on Capitol Hill, but this one coming from the White House today after the president's comments on social media. Lindsay.
Willie James Inman, thank you. CBS News Congressional correspondent Nicole Killion joins us now. Nicole, what kind of reaction are we seeing on Capitol Hill?
Well, there is certainly outrage on the part of Democrats who feel that this is certainly ratcheting up tensions and potentially even directing violence at members of Congress, which the Democratic leaders, both Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, condemned. Take a listen to what Leader Schumer told reporters a short time ago.
I have never seen a president or heard of a president who has done more to encourage political violence. I have asked the Capitol Police to give special protection and keep an eye on Slotkin and Kelly as well, because you got to worry after the president says these things.
Have you gotten any specific threats, sir?
Not that I'm aware of.
So obviously the leader there saying he's not aware of any threats against him, but as you heard him also there say, he did call for extra protection for these members of Congress, because keep in mind this comes in such a heightened environment that we are in, where we have seen an increase in political violence against the president, against members of Congress. U.S. Capitol Police has said that they are on track to see well over 14,000 potential threats against members this year alone. That would be the highest potentially that we have ever seen. And of course, keep in mind with someone like Senator Mark Kelly, his wife Gabby Giffords, no stranger to political violence after being shot at a town hall more than a decade ago. So this hits close to home for a lot of lawmakers, which is why they're quite concerned about the president's comments. That being said, Speaker Mike Johnson told reporters a short time ago these aren't the words he would necessarily use, but he did feel that that video by Democratic lawmakers was out of line.
CBS News has also learned the Justice Department is questioning the handling of the investigation into California Senator Adam Schiff. Schiff is under investigation for alleged mortgage fraud. He has denied wrongdoing and has not been charged with any crime. What are we learning?
Yeah, well, we are learning now that there may be an investigation into the investigation, if you will, or the investigators in terms of how this probe into Adam Schiff is being handled. We have learned that woman, actually a congressional candidate in California, who kind of tipped off authorities to what she claims may be alleged mortgage fraud on the part of Adam Schiff, says that she was contacted by investigators recently, but rather than asking about Schiff, they were inquiring more about the investigators, in this case, Bill Pulte, who heads a federal housing agency that has been at the forefront of leading some of these charges against other Democratic members, most recently referring a case to the Justice Department involving Eric Swalwell, the California Congressman, as well as Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York. So we tried to approach Senator Schiff today for comment, but he declined to do so.
Nicole Killian, thank you.